Way back in the 50s, when they invented plywood, there used to be a lot of magazine articles on how to make something out of one sheet. So I'm going to carry on that tradition and make a mixing desk, or a DAW, digital audio workstation, from one piece of plywood, and not counting the legs, which will be different. I'm going to use split 2x4s or something for that. Basically, going to look like that. Now they sell these things that are 2x4. You can buy these and throw them in your trunk, take them home. So I'm going to make it out of that, and only that. Plus, like I said, the pedestal leg. Okay, here I am ripping out the various pieces from the 4 panels I bought. I'm gonna stitch together the top and bottom of the desk, which will be 30 inches by 60 inches. A lot of the pieces I'm ripping to be about 6 inches for various spacers inside the desk. I'm stitching everything together with pocket screws and glue. Screws are mainly to hold the joint closed for the glue. Some people think you just use the screws and not the glue, but it's the reverse. The glue is what holds the wood together. Same thing. I'm clamping this to keep the surfaces level so they don't slide out of place. The screw will hold the wood together till the glue sets. There's quite a bit of leeway in placing one of these if you're not worried about how far the screw will go. Which I don't care, because the screw is going into the other panel. It can go quite a distance actually. Some luck in the camera. Woohoo! Serves you right. I'll talk a bit about these pocket screws. There's different kinds, different sizes. That's a 1 inch. That's a 1 1/4. Now I've set everything up for 3/4 inch stock, so that would have gone on the very end. And I've set the collar on my drill, but this is not 3/4 inch stock. So you can see on this test board that hole came through on the edge there. That's in the middle. That's not quite in the middle. So this is the proper adjustment. So if your stock is not 3/4, this is 5/8. I had to line this up a little bit over like that, you see. The further this is back, the angle causes the drill, you see, to go down, comes out too low. So that's the overhang adjustment I want. Now, normally there's a Allen screw on the collar and you can move the collar around, but I don't want to keep moving the collar. It screws up. I'll never get it back and damage the Allen screw after 10 years of doing that. So I just put some washers on there. It's about 1/8 of an inch worth of washers. And that will let me use a 1 inch screw without it sticking out further than 5/8, which would mean it would come through the plywood. So let's check all this out. Overhang that just a little bit. I don't know what that is, 1/8 of an inch maybe. Here I am putting the dividers inside the desk. I had to kill the soundtrack completely from now on because I was playing music in the background and I don't want a copyright strike. That particular spacer and the other middle spacer are made up of 2 separate pieces of scrap. I'm stitching them together as well. Doesn't really matter. All the seams on the top are different places from the seams on the bottom. Otherwise, what end would fall off? there's a spacer in there. That's what the clamp is holding. Here's a 2x4 that I ripped in half to create the legs, planing one edge flat. Here I'm cutting notches to interlock the pedestal legs for solidarity. What? Solidarity? Everything is screwed and glued. I'm sinking the screws there so they don't touch the floor. Those dark colored pieces of wood were left over from my deck. They're part of the fencing, whatever you call it, baluster. I got a whole pile of them for some reason. I didn't build the deck, someone else did. Everything's under a bit of tension here to make it stronger. The leg is right over the seam, as you can see. Screw on one side goes in one side, the screw on the other side goes in the other side. Anything for strength. They're not glued on so that I can take the legs off at some time if I want to. I've squared everything up with a big square. You just didn't see it in the video. It's very, very solid. You'd be surprised. Nothing wiggles. And I couldn't wait to set it up, even though I don't have the veneer on top or the sides or any drawers or anything. Just had to try it. It's very stable. It does not wiggle, does not move.